70 years. That's how long Morris Animal Foundation has been helping animals, by bridging science and resources, investing in only the best studies to improve the health and quality of life for cats, dogs, horses, and wildlife around the world. 70 years of solving problems. That's how it all began, after all, with one man who liked to solve problems. Mark Morris Sr. grew up in a rural community north of Denver in the early 1900s. He was very aware of the animals around him and believed it was important to be responsible for their care. He carried that belief with him to college and veterinary school, which introduced him to a whole new world.
And in that course of time, he became really quite a scientist who was not content to just do what was known. He wanted to be able to solve the health problems of the animals that came to him in his practice.
In 1929, he founded the Raritan Hospital for Animals in New Jersey, one of the first hospitals in the country to cater to companion animals.
Veterinary medicine was an industrial function. It was to support agriculture. And he actually kind of changed that paradigm a bit.
Knowing that more research would allow him to take better care of his patients, Dr. Morris funded scientists to come run tests at the hospital to find treatments for infectious diseases and other ailments. He was especially disturbed by the high number of canine patients suffering from kidney disease. Eventually, he realized it was the poor diets they were being fed during the Great Depression. So he created a special dog food mix with high-quality protein, and the formula was a great success. This first prescription diet, which he would soon can out of the hospital and a nearby garage, saved countless canine lives, but also led to something even bigger. Royalties from every can created a nest egg that formed the endowment for his new foundation that would dedicate itself to the scientific study and advancement of animal health. By his side, through every step, was his wife, Louise.
The reality is that they were full partners in everything that happened. Without question, Mark Sr. was the visionary who had all these things he wanted to accomplish, and Louise made it happen.
Their son, Mark Morris Jr., furthered the advancement of the foundation through the passion and vision he shared with his father. A scientist himself, he helped build the structure of the foundation's scientific advisory boards. These boards of experts pore over grant applications to decide which studies to fund. The structure was critical to ensure that money donated to the foundation was well spent.
Because the science that we do is the right science with impact, done with the right methodology.
And those decisions brought results. Foundation-funded researchers discovered ways to diagnose earlier and treat or prevent numerous problems that plagued our companion animals, such as feline leukemia, laminitis in horses, even canine parvovirus, a disease that quickly grew to pandemic proportions in the late 70s, claiming countless dogs along the way.
And there was this fear with a new puppy that you kept that puppy secure and separate and didn't let them play with other dogs because they could get parvovirus. When that virus was fought with a vaccine, it was just so satisfying. And to know that Morris Animal Foundation had funded the groundbreaking fundamental work that then was able to help lead to the elimination of a really horrible disease.
With the help of worldwide celebrities, support for the foundation grew each year.
One of my biggest passions in life is animals. That's why I've worked with Morris Animal Foundation for over 40 years.
Over time, the foundation's reach extended to care for wildlife as well, including the endangered mountain gorilla. To care for sick and injured gorillas in Rwanda, Morris Animal Foundation established a clinic, trained the first gorilla doctors, and supported the development of a health management plan. The program's organizational home has since changed, but since its inception in the 80s, gorilla populations have tripled to 900 individuals.
I think certainly the role of the foundation in continuing to protect the mountain gorillas. At the time, it was a very important thing that the foundation took on.
In 2012, the foundation launched perhaps its most ambitious project to date, the Golden Retriever Lifetime Study. It is the most extensive investigation ever undertaken in veterinary medicine, following more than 3,000 golden retrievers from around the country throughout their lives to identify the nutritional, environmental, lifestyle, and genetic risk factors for cancer and other diseases in dogs.
If we are successful in identifying leads to causes for diseases, then that will make a huge contribution, both for the health of dogs, but potentially for the health of humans as well.
All told, the foundation has invested more than $118 million in more than 2,600 studies. And it continues to look for new challenges, new solutions, new ways to improve animal lives.
We share this love of the animals and this love of what they do for us, and we want to give back to them. And this is, I think, the most wonderful way to do that, which is to improve the scientific base needed to make the lives of animals tomorrow healthier and happier.
I always come back to the wonderful little book, The Little Prince, where the fox reminds the prince the following: "Men have forgotten this truth, but you must never forget it. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed." So I think that we have an ethical, moral responsibility to take care of the animals that God put on this planet and those animals that we've tamed over the years, and we've made them part of our lives.
Animals around the world depend on Morris Animal Foundation to be their champion. So it has been for the last 70 years, and so it will continue to be. Morris Animal Foundation, bridging science and resources to advance the health of animals.